Welcome back to That Dad Guy. It is December 20th, 2024. We're getting that much closer to Christmas. But more importantly than that, the mail is flowing again, and it has flown to my mailbox, so I am super excited about it. Yeah, I can't tell you how much I've missed having mail come here. It is connecting me to all of you guys on a regular basis, and it's really nice to have it again. Before I get into the mail, though, Advent. I've been doing this little Advent calendar Media from Finland sent me. That is door number 20 today. All sorts of little cute things in there. So that's been my Advent calendar. The kids have their own. So I do that. I take this little calendar, change the dates around, reminds me of what is coming. I guess that's kind of my Advent too, a little bit. And now I've got all this mail to show you and to talk about. And before I do, make sure you like, you subscribe, you leave positive comments, you share with other people, and you put the notification bell on so you don't miss out on anything. And before I get into the mail, we got a new stamp. And now that Canada Post is up and running again, I get a chance to show it to you. It's the Hanukkah stamp. So before we went on our little hiatus at Canada Post, I showed you the new Christmas stamps, the winter stamps that were there. Now I get to show you the Hanukkah stamp. Here we are. Get it to close in. And it says on the back, believed to have been rescued from a burning synagogue in Germany in 1938, the silver-plated Hanukkah on this year's Hanukkah stamp was recovered after the Second World War and later donated to the Aaron Museum at Temple Emmanuel Beth Shalom in Montreal. Crafted in Poland during the 19th century, this peacock-themed menorah is a symbol of faith and resilience that lie at the heart of the Jewish holiday. This year's Hanukkah begins at nightfall on December 25th and ends the nightfall on January 2nd, 2025. And then inside it says, these Hanukkah lights we kindle in honor of the miracles and wonder. So there you have it, the new Hanukkah stamp sold in booklets of 6. So I have that to send off. Now that I can do Postcrossing again, that's great. I'll be able to do that. I sent off a bunch of my mail that I did while we were on strike. That's flying off to the places that it needs to go. And luckily, in my mailbox, I've had a few things show up this week. So I've got things to show you again, so I'm excited about that. Normally, I start by showing the incoming Postcrossing mail. But this time, I'm going to show you the very first card I got, which made me so happy that I got it. It is this one. It comes from Ukraine, it comes from Maria, and we had a special connection, or have a special connection. We both had African hedgehogs. Unfortunately, her little Tofka passed away a couple months ago, and so she said she wanted to send this card to me. She had these cards made up. She said some days after she passed away, she saw a woman selling toys and of course spotted this little hedgehog and bought it and decided to turn it into cards. So it means a lot to me to get this Tofa adventure cards that she's been creating. It's not easy, the life in Ukraine, and we bring it up from time to time here on the channel, and I want people to remember that there's still a war going on there, and the friends that I do have there that I've made, I think about them a lot. So it means a lot that this was the very first card that was in my mailbox when we got back up and running with Canada Post. I'm going to show you the stamps that are on the back. Nice stamps, beautifully decorated. So it means a lot that we have. This is my first card back. So thank you, Maria. The next card that I have. Well, let's do the official Postcrossing ones next. So let me just separate these real quick. We're going to start with this one here from Germany. Look at that beautiful stamp, the full souvenir sheet on there. Some of the more common ones there as well. Inside, we have a folded card. And this comes from Sigrid. Sigrid says that she's from Germany. She's retired. She used to work at the post office for over 30 years. She said the post office has changed. It's become privatized there, so it's very different than when she used to work at the postal counter. She's had some things in her life that have changed too. So she said she found my videos. And sometimes I speak a little too quickly, so I do apologize if I do speak quickly. Hopefully you put subtitles down below so it will catch what I've been saying. And yeah, I appreciate that she's reached out to this, and reached out with this card, drew my address, got the chance to see my channel, and saw that I like stamps, so she put those there. She also included a bunch of stamps inside. I'm going to show those in another stamp video because there are a few of them, but she included all these brochures, beautiful castles, things that take place in her community. Oh, just let one go. That was the price admissions. I do love castles. I love Germany. I love the history that's there. The romantic strata. Had a chance to drive on it and stay in some beautiful little towns. So she sent me a few brochures of her community and some of the attractions that are around. So thank you so much, Sigrid, for sending that to me, sending the stamps as well. I appreciate those. And hopefully we'll get a chance to communicate more. So there's that, and thank you for watching. The next card I have comes from the United States, and it is this United States mailbox. You can see it's in an old milk jug down below. They've had their mailbox painted with some of the stars, and maybe the stars go all the way around and there's all 50 of them, I don't know, but you can see a very patriotic American mailbox. This comes from Ron. He is from the north part of Texas, about 15 kilometers away from the Oklahoma border. He said he has about 5 acres of land, and he used to raise chickens for the eggs, but the wild critters kept getting his hens. So I guess he doesn't do that anymore. He hasn't found a way around that. Maybe Smokey, if you're watching, maybe you've got some advice for him, as your family used to have chickens as well. And then he asked a question. He said, if you mail a card to the US, do you need international postage? Because he said he got a card back from Canada with only a first-class stamp. He thought the US and Canada had an agreement about allowing them to go. I'll show you the stamps that he's put on there. So he's got some extra postage on there too, and the international one. Yes, from Canada to the United States, it does cost a little bit more than domestic rate, but not as much as an international rate stamp. So right now, if you bought one stamp for domestic rate postage, it's about $1.15. And if you want to mail to the US, it's $1.40. And if you want to mail internationally from Canada, it's $2.94. I think that's it, $2.94. So yeah, postage is going up everywhere, but it is a little cheaper for us to mail to the US than it is to mail anywhere else in the world. So thank you, Ron, for the postcard. I got another postcard from the United States. There's all 50 stars on the flag. This comes from Angel. He says he lives in Chicago, Illinois. He's there with his daughter and their cat. Recently moved there from LA and have had this card for some time, but wasn't sure who to use it. I was surprised to see you didn't have a flag of the US. I was surprised I didn't have a flag of the US either. So I'm pretty sure I do in the cards, but I don't know. Maybe it's just not showing on my channel. He said you'll check out my YouTube channel, so hopefully you're getting a chance to see this. And there are the stamps that Angel's put on it. So thank you so much, Angel, for sending me that card. The last official Postcrossing card that I got was this one from France. Look at the beautiful stamps on it. And inside, it comes from Natalie, and she has sent me 3 cards with the messages on the back that talk about where she is. She lives in Paris, but she goes to beautiful gardens in the north of France and also in the south of France, where she's originally from. So she sent me all these cards. Cards are written all in French, so I've responded to her in French, and hopefully when she gets that message, she understands what I was trying to say to her, because I know my French isn't perfect. But merci beaucoup pour les cartes, Nathalie. J'aime bien les jardins. So thank you so much for those. All right, that's it for my Postcrossing mail. Now I want to get to direct swaps and some surprises that came in. The first surprise is this card here. It makes me really hungry though. On the back it says, "Hi, that dad guy, greetings. I like watching your videos and thought I would send you something very specific from where I'm from. The menu from my favorite local restaurant, cheap and very filling. Take care and many bless." Or many blessings, I'm guessing. What is it? Now, it's not signed. I don't know who it's from. The postmark on it, I mean, it's an American stamp, so it's somewhere from the US it was sent, but because it's a glossy card, the cancellation's been smudged off, so I can't tell where it was originally canceled, so I don't know where in the country this is and who it sent it. So if this is you and you sent this card, please leave me a comment. I would love to thank you for it. There's no return address, so I can't send you a card back. I do really appreciate when people who are watching my channel reach out to me, whether it's in a comment or whether it's through the post. This is extra special too, because you guys know that I'm a foodie. I'm looking at all the things that are on here, and some things that I've had many times before, other things that I'd love to try, but looks wonderful. I love Asian cuisine too, so thank you to whoever sent me that card, and I hope you're doing well and getting ready for a beautiful holiday. The next card comes from my friend Vera in Germany. There's an interesting structure. You can see how it's leaning over the canal or the river behind, and it says today she's going to the International Stamp Fair in Ulm. The cancellation depicts a special house in Ulm. You see the cancellation? So it matches the card. It's called the Crooked House, and today there's a hotel in it. It's half-timbered house, about 600 years old, and one of the sides leans over the small river below, or the Blau. So thank you, Vera, for that. The stamp, the special cancellation, I really appreciate it. My next card, I really like this card too. It comes from Media in Finland. This comes from, it's a museum card, but it says, "How are you? It's my post office day today, so I'm going to send most of my Christmas cards." This was sent on November the 6th, and then got stuck in the postal strike, so it's finally got to me. I really appreciate that. But look at the stamp. What a cool stamp. So I'm in love with the stamp, and I'm even more in love with the card. I think it's awesome. So thank you, Media. But Media wasn't done. I received an envelope from her too. I'm going to show you the stamp. The stamp, I believe, goes in this direction with the cancellation. You can see the reindeer there. Beautiful purple color. Love that Christmas stamp. Inside, she has sent me a 1,000 Shen card. I often wonder, right now I sort my cards that are coming from direct swaps or special cards by country in a cabinet over here to the side of me. I always wonder if they were in binders. I took them out of binders. I put them this way. But things like 1,000 Shen cards, I wonder if they should be in special binders all by themselves, or just like my hedgehog cards, whether they should be. I don't know. I go back and forth on that. Oh, she wasn't done. There's also a Christmas card in there too. So I appreciate that, Media, very much. And I'm glad they arrived before Christmas for me, that we got back and work in time for them to be processed through the mail. All right, the next card I have comes from Andre and Merit. Those of you who know my friends from Estonia, they travel around the world to all these beautiful locations. So this is Mayotte in the Indian Ocean. It's a French colony just off the coast of Madagascar in Africa. Throw up a little map there so you can see where it is. Look at those beautiful stamps. So Andre and Merit, they don't rate very much on it, but I appreciate every time they come because, one, I'm getting stamps from around the world. I'm also learning about little post offices that I've never heard of these colonies before in some cases. And they go to very exotic different places. So thank you so much, Andre and Merit, for remembering me in your travels. The next envelope I have comes from Anita in Austria. Beautiful stamp. I love the fact that she's left the outside part of it too, so you can see the extension of the picture and see the whole stamp, what it should look like. Inside, she has sent me some of these Postal love cards. So these are greetings from, there's people that collect these, and Anita is one of the people that collects these. So she got a few of them and sent them to me. And they're all blank, with a request that I at least just send her one of these back so she has it in her collection. So I'm very happy to do that. She sent me 3 other ones too that I can send off to other people, which I will do. On the front, it shows just different stats about Canada. Like, did you know that Canada's capital is Ottawa? If you didn't, you now know. A lot of people might say Toronto because it's the biggest city. It's not. You can see our population there, over 40 million. What other facts do they have on? Famous Canadians: James Cameron, he's the director; Celine Dion, the singer; Jim Carrey, the comedian; Wayne Gretzky, the hockey player. Famous things about Canada: we have 30,000 lakes, maple syrup. Province of Quebec is the largest producer of maple syrup in the world. New Brunswick is in there too. The name Canada comes from the word Kannada, which means village in the language of the Indigenous. Winnie the Pooh was based on a Canadian bear named Winnipeg and was donated to a zoo in London in 1915. Lacrosse was the first national game of Canada in 1859. That is a stat that a lot of people don't know. It wasn't actually until most recently they added hockey as Canada's national sport to go along with lacrosse. So for the longest time, people would say, oh, what's the national sport of Canada? And they would say hockey, and they get it wrong because it wasn't until recently. But yeah, there's a lot of information on there, so I'm happy to send you one of those back, Anita. I appreciate it very much. And I've got a few from other countries, and I didn't realize that they were, I've seen greetings from, that those are on people's wish list, but I wasn't really sure what they were until recently, I guess. All right, now I got this card from Julian in Germany. I just fixed my hedgehog paperclip here. And she had to cancel one of her plans that they were going to do, but she said they did do some day trips, and so this is one of her favorite day trips that she got to do. There is the stamp. So thank you so much, Julianne, for sending that for your day trip. Sorry that your original plans had to get canceled, but hopefully you'll get rescheduled and get a chance to go there in the future. All right, the next is an envelope I got from Australia. This comes from Kristen, and inside he has included some more stamps. So I'm going to show those in another video, but there is the postcard that he sent with it. So thank you so much, Christian, for that, and for the stamps, which I will show in the future. Speaking of stamps, this envelope arrived from Paul in the UK, and I was quite surprised to get it too right off the bat. He did reach out to me. I'm going to go through the letter a little bit. He's car boot philately. So that's kind of having like swap meets and things over the trunk of your car. Yeah. And he finds some great things. He's into early Great Britain stamps. And so he'd watched one of my videos along the way, and he reached out to me on Instagram and asked for my address and wondered if he could send me something. So I said, sure. I always like to get things in the mail. So that is something else we're going to look at in the future here. Some beautiful stamps. Excuse me. When I get excited, sometimes I get coughing again. All right, then this envelope arrived with that great stamp. This comes from Michelle in the UK. I love those Dungeons and Dragons stamps. And in it, she sent this postcard. And she said, here's a selection of postcards from London. So they're cards that I can use to send off to other people. Came in a bag, historic royal palaces. And inside she also had another empty bag just for Tower Bridge, 1894. And if you want to shop, there's the address for shopping at towerbridge.org.uk. And she sent me these blank postcards that I can now send off into the world, because I know there's people that want postcards of London, and especially people that I direct swap with. They don't necessarily care that the cards don't come from where I am in Atlantic Canada. Some people, like Smokey, love all things British. So sending a card like this, or perhaps this to him, will be important. and he would appreciate it. I have other people that collect royal things, so getting cards with a crown on it would appreciate too. There's a nice double-decker bus, St. Paul's Cathedral. So yeah, so thank you so much, Michelle, for adding to the stack of cards that I can now send out. I'll just slide those over into that, and I'll put the other things aside so I know to send you something back. The next thing I want to get to, I've got two things left. The next one is the one that helped me get through the last month the most. It was Stephen in Australia. He pre-sends me limerick cards like this one here. Little Pikachu getting ready for the holidays. And on the back he writes a limerick. And so every Friday, even though I didn't have mail, I had mail to read and had mail to send out to you or to read out to you. So I really want to thank you, Stephen, for doing this. We didn't know there was a strike going to happen. You didn't know there was a strike going to happen. This was just something that I always did, reading your cards with my regular mail every Friday. We didn't know that at one point in time, this would be the only card I would get each week. So I wouldn't read them in advance. I would read them in my Friday video, sometimes in my Saturday video. I must admit there was a couple times where it pushed into Saturday for different reasons. But here's today's. It says, number 25, a Christmas limerick. Now Santa is shining his sleigh for a fly around the world in a day. Just one spot or a streak that's not cleaned in this week would cause friction and quite a delay. Merry Christmas to you all. May all the Christmas wishes come true. And there on the back, little Polo and his mushroom that he's known for. So thank you, Stephen, for continuing these limericks. And I'm getting low on them, so we're going to see how the mail catches up, whether there will be a delay. But thank you so much. They've meant so much during this time that I've been on strike. Now, the last thing that I have to tease you with, let's say, is this box. It's a good-sized box. And I had someone reach out to me on Instagram while we were on strike and said they wanted to send something to me. So I said, okay, I'm all right with that. And but I said, it's going to have to wait because right now we're on strike here in Canada. There's no postal. And they said, not a problem. We're going to send it by another courier. And I said, okay, we can do that. And I gave them my home address. Normally I just put it out there for my P.O. box. That's the easiest way. But because we were on strike, if you sent by another courier to the P.O. box, it wouldn't reach me. So I had to give them my home address. And so they sent this. So in another video, I'm going to show you what it is, who it's from, and talk a little bit about them. So I had asked whether or not I should open it on camera, and they said, it's up to you. I said that they'd love to see my reaction to it. And so I'd like to let them see my reaction to it. So we're going to open it in a separate video from this mail one, and then we're going to have a chance to look at the things together that are in there, and then talk a bit about it. So yeah, that's all the hints I'm giving you on it right now, and the teasers on it. But thank you to them, and I'm going to keep it them. I'll reveal who it's from in the future. But I can tell you it comes from California, and it has to do with stamps. So those of you who are stamp collectors may want to stick around and keep your eye out for these videos. So we have a video coming out about different things that are in the envelopes that people send, and then we're going to have a video on this that are both coming up very soon. Well, let's get through the weekend at least. Speaking of the weekend, tomorrow is Saturday. So we've got a live stream to do tomorrow at 12 o'clock Atlantic Standard Time. That's what we're going to do, our live stream. It is a special live stream though, because it is the 150th episode. It's 150 Saturdays in a row I have gone live just to talk to you guys, to have back and forth discussions. There had been some banter about what are we going to do for the 150th. I don't think we're going to do anything extra than we normally do. Some people have suggested, let's do a Zoom call so everybody gets a chance to see. But the only problem about that is not everybody is going to get a chance to see, because if we do a Zoom call, it's only going to be for those people that I have emails for, and everybody else would have been left out of it. Yeah, you could still film it, and it still could be uploaded for other people to watch, but they couldn't comment live on it. So I decided that's not really the way I want to do it, because these live streams have been inclusive all along, and I've gotten some new people that have joined just because they saw the live stream, they joined it, they saw what we were talking about, got a chance to participate, and now are continuing to watch on a regular basis. So I don't want to take my 150th question and answer video and make it exclusive, I guess, or not inclusive. So what's going to make tomorrow special is, well, maybe the weather outside could. There might be something to show you that way. But it's going to be whoever decides to join on and participate as normal. Every weekend, these live streams are different because we have different questions. We have different things that are going on in people's lives that they want to share. And sometimes you ask questions that bring up stories I had no idea that I was going to talk about, or didn't even remember doing for a very long time. So I like that aspect, that it's kind of a mystery and that every week is different. So when people tune in, whether they're part of the replay crew or whether they make it live, it's going to be something fun to watch. So we're going to do that again tomorrow, 12 o'clock Atlantic Standard Time. That's why you have to have your notification bell on, so you get a reminder that it's happening. I always put out a thumbnail ahead of time to give you that countdown when it's going to take place. And so I will do the same thing again tomorrow. That's it for now. What else do I have this weekend? Well, I can tell you, I'm on vacation from work. Yes, I just got back to work from strike, worked all this week, but our vacation are planned a year in advance. So this week, if we were still on strike, I would have been striking through it and missed my vacation. But because we're back to work, I get to take it, which means I get to have Christmas Eve and Christmas and Boxing Day at home with my family, and also the 23rd and the 28th and the weekends to go with it. So I'm going to enjoy having some time off. Maybe we'll do some more baking during that time. Definitely we'll be doing a little bit of post-crossing now that I can. I've got 25 slots that I can send because all my cards have made it to their destinations, or maybe they've expired, but all 25 slots that I have that I can send cards are open. So I'm going to be doing some post-crossing while I'm on vacation this week. So we'll do some videos on that too. Yeah, that's a lot going on. And we still got a tree to decorate, so I'm going to have a video about that too. We've already chopped it down. It's already up in our house. It's got lights on it. It's got a few decorations, but we need to finish it up and then put away all the bins and get ready for Christmas, because in case you don't remember the calendar, 5 days away till Christmas Day. So I got to get at it and get some stuff done. All right. Well, that's it for today. Thanks so much for joining me. Thank you to everybody who has sent me mail and it has arrived, or maybe you've sent mail and it is still in the process of being worked through and might get a chance to see it next week. I look forward to it, and I look forward to writing everyone back. So have a magical day. Have a magical week. That's what I should say. Magical week. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
Bye. What's in the box? What's in the box? Can't wait to open it up and see what's in the box.